It's the year 2043. After a long and devastating global trade war fractured economies and shifted the international landscape, pirates and corsairs once again roamed the seas. With petrol and the chemicals needed to build rechargeable batteries in short supply, people relied on sails to propel boats and makeshift cars built from the remnants of old machines. Among this chaos, three American teenagers, Alex, Jamie, and Diego, explore the seas in search of adventure and loot. After their makeshift boat was destroyed by the hostile pirate nation, they joined the crew of Captain Mujibur from Bangladesh. The wind howled as Mujibur's crew sailed past an abandoned dock off Burma's coast. Rotting crates lined the shoreline like forgotten bones. The water, usually quiet this time of day, suddenly buzzed with menace. An engine roared. From behind a rusted inlet, Kael's sleek black boat burst into view. Paint scratched, bow reinforced, a beast built for collision. Alex's eyes widened. Incoming! Crash! Kael rammed their boat, forcing both vessels toward the sandbar. Wood cracked, sails tore, metal screamed. They slid ashore, mangled but afloat. Kael leapt onto the beach, panting, eyes wild, gripping a metallic briefcase identical to the one that nearly erased Kwakata. "I've lost everything," he shouted. "And now, another city dies, with you in it." Jamie didn't wait. He vaulted onto the sand, stiletto drawn. Mujibur followed, blade in hand. Jamie rolled low and clipped Kael's ankle, sending him toppling into the dirt. He snatched the case from Kael's grip and flipped it open. Mujibur joined him. "It's empty," Jamie muttered. "The lock's been mangled. This is the dummy case we left behind." A high-pitched beep echoed, and a blinking light could be seen inside the briefcase. Mujibur's eyes widened. "Get back!" He yanked the briefcase from Jamie and flung it toward the rocks. Boom! The blast tossed them both like rag dolls. Sand and shrapnel filled the air. Kael stood back, holding a detonator. His grin was razor-thin. Diego, Alex, and Isha scrambled from the damaged boat onto the sand. Kael turned on them like a hawk. "I told you," he hissed. "Your luck ran dry." Diego charged first, slinging a broken oar like a staff. Kael sidestepped and drove an elbow into Diego's gut. He fell, gasping. Alex circled left, firing arrows from close range. Two grazed Kael's shoulder. One was deflected by armor plating beneath his coat. Kael disarmed Alex with a brutal sweep, then knocked him down with a roundhouse kick. Isha reached Mujibur and Jamie, dragging them behind cover with practiced strength. Jamie was completely out, but breathing. Mujibur clutched his ribs, burned and bleeding, but conscious. Kael loomed over Diego and Alex. "I remember someone saying something about how I couldn't beat him up if his hands were untied," Kael joked. Just then, another ship barreled in. Lee's vessel, smaller, faster, dropped anchor with precision. From the deck, Lee leapt with cat-like grace, Naveed right behind him. "Don't know where you come from, but a pair of fists from the east could be what we need," Diego said. Lee cracked his knuckles. "Kael, I owe you one. Let's settle this properly." Kael lunged. Lee blocked, countered, struck, a flurry of technique honed by pain. "Lee, he is strong. We must attack together," said Alex. "No, stand back. A dragon doesn't share its meal," Lee stated with confidence. But Kael's brute power won out. A nasty body shot folded Lee in half. He spat blood. Kneeling down, trying to catch his breath, he signals the others with his hand. "What does that sign mean?" "I don't know what that means," Alex said. "I think the team-up option is back on the menu," Diego joked, while Lee gave an affirmative nod. The three nodded. Kael stood tall, eyes burning. "I'm not done. Not until you all burn." Lee wiped his mouth. "Then come try." Kael stood on the beach like a demon birthed from wreckage. His grin twitched in erratic pulses. Lee stepped forward, blocking his path. "Naveed," he said firm, "stay back." "You're not ready?" Naveed hesitated. Then Diego slapped the broken oar into his hands. "Just in case we fall, you swing like hell." Kael lunged. Lee met him mid-stride. Fists cracked against ribs. Steel clanged. Kael's blade sliced the air, nicking Lee's shoulder, tearing his coat. Diego slid low, tripping Kael's ankle, while Alex struck hard with the handle of his bow, smashing it across Kael's spine. The monster didn't slow down. Kael howled, spun, drove his elbow into Diego's nose. Blood splashed the sand. Alex shot an arrow point blank. Kael caught it mid-flight and stabbed it into Lee's thigh. Lee staggered. "Keep going." The three closed in, chaotic ballet of survival. Alex slashed with a dagger he barely knew how to use. Diego fought like a street brawler, fists soaked and defiant. Lee moved like a wounded tiger, sharp and instinctual. Meanwhile, behind a fallen sail, Isha knelt beside Jamie. "He's still out." Mujibur coughed, blood foaming at his lips. His chest was scorched, his voice low. "Let the boy sleep. He's earned it." She pressed her scarf against his wound. "You need a doctor." He shook his head. "Just give me the ocean." Back on the beach, Kael faltered. Alex tackled him. Diego landed a flurry of desperate punches while Lee locked his arms from behind. Kael dropped, hard. For a moment, silence. Then Kael smirked. "Your mistake." He ripped a syringe from his boot and jammed it into his neck. His eyes snapped wide. Veins bulged like cords. He surged upward, tossing Lee aside and slashing Diego's leg with his elbow blade. Alex screamed, defending with a plank. Kael was faster, stronger. It was over. Then, whack! Naveed appeared behind him, swinging the broken oar full force against Kael's skull. Kael wobbled, turned, stared at Naveed. "You," he said, blood dripping. Lee gasped. "Run! Naveed, run!" Naveed held the oar like a baseball bat. Kael took a step forward. Thunk, thunk, thunk. Arrows struck Kael's thigh, shoulder, and side. Somali pirates emerged from the trees, bows raised, expressions grim. Captain Ayaan stepped forward, emerald robes whipping in the wind. "Kael," she growled, "you lost your duel." "You chased revenge." "You broke the code." Kael collapsed to one knee, breathing like a furnace. The dust hadn't settled yet. Kael's body lay exhausted and injured in the sand, his tech sparking faintly. The young pirates knelt in a loose circle, breathing hard, blades lowered but not sheathed. Jamie lay nearby, unconscious, blood streaked across his temple, chest rising in shallow rhythm, while Isha desperately tried to save Mujibur right next to him. Captain Ayaan stepped forward, her boots crunching over broken glass and shell fragments. Her eyes locked on Jamie, and something shifted in her face. Her jaw clenched, her breath caught. She knelt beside him, slowly, as if afraid to touch the moment. Behind her, a tall figure approached, broad-shouldered, calm, carrying a satchel marked with a faded red cross. His voice was low, steady. "Ayaan," he said, "you're flashing." She didn't answer. He crouched beside her, placing a hand gently on her shoulder. "He's not our son." Ayaan's eyes flicked toward him, sharp and wet. "I know. I can handle this," he said. "You don't have to—" "I'm under control," she snapped, voice tight but not raised. He nodded once, slowly. "Then tell me what you need." She looked down at Jamie, her hand hovering just above his chest. Her voice dropped to a whisper, less command, more plea. "Save this boy." Her partner, Commander Idris, former field medic and father to the sons they lost, opened his satchel without another word. His hands moved with practiced grace, checking Jamie's pulse, cleaning the wound, prepping a stim injector. Ayaan stood, back straight, eyes locked on the horizon, but her fingers trembled slightly, curling into fists. Idris didn't look up. "He's stable, but he'll need treatment and rest. If we can transport him back to our camp, I should be able to save him." Ayaan nodded once. From the sea, another ship loomed. Black sails, clean deck, heavy insignia. The pirate nation vessel had arrived. Its captain stood tall, voice clipped, calculating. "He's ours," the man said, pointing at Kael. "A deserter in a ruined uniform. He's committed crimes from Kwaikata to Rangoon while wearing our colors. We'll claim him." Ayaan eyed him. "You're not here for the Americans?" "No," he replied. "They're free to go. Kael is all we need." She gave a sharp nod while staring at the unconscious Jamie. Then take your scorned child. As they shackled Kael and dragged him off, Ayaan turned back. She pointed to Jamie's motionless body. Bring him back to camp. Now but Aisha lowered her head beside Mujibur. Too late. Mujibur was still. His blade rested in the sand. He had taken the blast so Jamie wouldn't. The wind carried salt and silence.